We made over $600 again this week for the 31st straight week in a row. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to do a recap on all the trades we made this week, taking a look at our Excel files, and then obviously trade history for full transparency. If you're new to this channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate at least $600 every single week. We do this through selling options, such as selling a cash secured put, which means we're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price, through selling covered calls, which means we're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. In either situation, you get paid a credit. Not a bad gig, getting paid a credit just to agree to buy or sell something. And then on top of that, we get paid dividends. Our two biggest dividend payers are ULTY, that's the big dog for us in this account, and YMAX. And also in today's video, I'm going to show you the total amount of distributions I have between all the dividend payers from YMAX funds. I don't have in there included the other ones. You know, I've received dividends from other stocks, but I don't include those in my tracking. So technically, I probably have received more than the total amounts I'm calling out just because I just don't really calculate those in. With that being said, let's jump right in. Before we jump over to our Excel file, let's take a look at our trade history. Oh, let me show you this real quick. So BLMN, this is a stock I'm selling a covered call on, which means I'm agreeing to sell it for a predetermined price. I got paid a credit to do so, and because I own the shares, again, covered call means you have to own the shares, I'm getting paid a dividend because the company pays a dividend. So I'm getting double paid. I'm getting paid to agree to sell it, and I'm getting paid because I own it for the dividend. But let me jump right back in here. Let me show you our dividends. So this week, we received $271.32 from ULTY and $84.16 from YMAX. And then our options for this week, we had APLD expire worthless. What does that mean? That means we agreed to buy 2 contracts for $9 a share, but the stock didn't come anywhere near that price. It stayed way above it. So I got paid my credits and didn't even do anything. Now I sold puts on MVST, collected $25 there. Coney, $65 there. $9 for CLSK, $70 for BBAI. And that was our weekend options, and I'm going to show you what it looks like in our Excel file, so it's a little bit easier to read. Before I jump over there, I do want to give a shout-out. We do have some premium generals. I'd love to have you join us in that group. And I want to give a shout-out to my premium generals real quick. We got Gigi, we have Hector, we have Nate, we have Dan, and we have Simple Flow. And so far, we've posted a couple individual private videos that go into depth on selling options, a little bit better understanding of it, as well as we're talking about moves we're making. It's $10 a month. Would love to have you. Or if you're somebody that would like a little bit more private, individual, one-on-one learning, I do have a Fiverr course. That's where the goal of that is to understand selling options, and by the end of it is for you to have your own list of stocks you're going to sell options on. But with that being said, let's jump over to our Excel file. Okay, so here we are on our Excel file. I love doing the Excel file because we always showed our trade history for full transparency, but the Excel file makes it a little bit easier to read. As you can see, you see our credits for selling our cash secured puts. When you see CSP, I use that as the abbreviation cash secured put, and then DIV for dividend. So as you can see, this week, we collected $622 from selling options and collecting dividends. We were done making moves by Wednesday after they made the announcement for what they'll pay out. I love that when we're done early in the week. But to me, it doesn't really matter what day we trade. It's just those are the days I happen to do it. Let's take a look at our running total. This right here, this is my favorite tab. And people ask, do you keep track of your trades? No. I keep track of what I make credits or what I collect from those trades. Because I always reiterate this point, I never sell a cash secured put on a stock I'm not okay with owning. So I don't usually check in on the contract until the week of expiration. Because to me, the market's going to go up or down regardless. So I'm okay with owning it whichever way it goes. But nonetheless, let's take a look at this running total list here. As you can see, for the 31st week in a row consecutively, we have collected a minimum of $600, meeting our goal. And every single one of these weeks, we've had plenty of cash on the sideline where we can make more moves. But once you hit that goal, I think it's extremely important to step away, enjoy all life that has to offer, and don't over-leverage yourself. So let's take a look at our total collected from January 20th up and through August 22nd. We have collected $23,203 between dividends and selling options. If you would take that total divided by 31, you would average $773 being paid out per week. Not too bad. That's a nice part-time job. And that's some people's full-time jobs, and we're able to do that, in a few minutes a week at home. And then if you'd multiply that by 52 weeks, you would average out to $40,219 for the year. That's an awesome yearly income just from selling options and collecting dividends. I want to jump over to the dividends tab here. And what I want to look at, let me zoom out and then scroll over. Let's first take a look at ULTY there. So in this time frame, we have collected $3,225 in dividend from ULTY. I think we have right around $16,000 invested. So we are approaching a 25% payout so far. That's amazing. YMAX, we have collected $2,539, and we haven't, reinvested any dividends into them. I'm just not sold on YMAX. The reason I invest in these funds is for income. I don't believe that the Yield Max funds are growth-oriented, meaning they have a lot of upward trajectory. You invest in them for income. And what I'm stuck on the fence with YMAX is there's a lot more, better paying ETFs and stocks in Yield Max than YMAX itself. So I might be limiting myself, but on the flip side of that, it has paid me consistently. Throughout this time frame, I'm at $2,500 in dividends paid out. Capital erosion, I think I'm down $2,300, so I'm technically only up around $200 from all this time on Yield Max. Now, that's where I'm kind of stuck at. I could just keep getting the payouts. Eventually, I'll be 100% capital return. Then I just start reinvesting elsewhere. Just curious thoughts. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't reinvested the dividends. I've been putting them in other plays like ULTY, MSTY. So I only have $1,000 in that stock. I've currently been paid out $505, and this month they do have 2 payouts, so they actually pay again next week. I'm hoping for another, dollar payout. I have 56 shares, so give me another $56. I'm over 50% on my payout for MSTY. That's pretty awesome. I did have some other positions earlier, like YMAG, you can see there, but I just did not like their payout, so I did sell them quite a while ago. I had collected $190 from them. But yeah, so far, I'm liking the combination of the Yield Max funds, especially ULTY, and combining them with income generation through selling puts and selling covered calls. I do think it's a little less risky to sell covered calls and cash secured puts than invest in these funds, but at the end of the day, I'm investing in them for income, and they are paying me income every single week. So I know people tend to be extremely hard on these stocks because they go down in price, and I've been investing for a long time, so I've seen my fair share of high yield payers. What usually happens to the capital is they go down because they're paying out so much. But again, you invest in something for income or you invest in something for growth. I think when you try to combine the two, it puts yourself in a tough position because I just don't think there's a lot of stocks that are able to do both. I do think there are a few out there, but those ones that are out there are missing out on growth potential, and those ones that are out there are missing out on higher payout potential. So it's kind of, you have to find that medium, but I always say invest for growth and invest for income. Don't try to combine the two into one position. But again, that is my personal opinion, And everything I say and all my trades, these are my personal opinions, not financial advice. Just always remember that. Don't make a trade just because I'm doing it. Make sure you want to make that trade because, again, these are just my personal opinions. But with that being said, it's Saturday. College football started this week. I hope you have a fantastic day. Let me know if you're watching the Iowa State-Kansas State game. Currently halftime. It's a fantastic game, 7-7. Loving it. Let me know in the comments below who you're pulling for in the college football season, as well as let me know where we're at with ULTY. I love check-ins. I love that constant conversation.